What's up, guys? Welcome to the Line Change. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about what would a Kiefer Sherwood extension look like for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, obviously, within the last few days, or actually rather, a few days ago, it was Patrik Allvin himself who said that him and the Kiefer Sherwood camp have started discussions about a contract extension for Kiefer Sherwood. Now, obviously, as of July 1st, Kiefer Sherwood, along with Demko and Garland, were all eligible in order to start talking extension as next season. Kiefer Sherwood will be a UFA, permitting he re-signs with the Vancouver Canucks. Now, obviously, Kiefer Sherwood has become a huge fan favorite. Everyone knows he broke the hits record this past season, and what many would call a absolute steal by Patrik Allvin last offseason when they signed Sherwood after facing him in the first round of the playoffs against Nashville when he was a member of the Nashville Predators. And as I mentioned, Kiefer Sherwood has become a fan favorite. He's become a favorite of mine, and I absolutely want him to re-sign with the Vancouver Canucks. I want to keep seeing more of Sherwood in a Vancouver Canucks jersey. So we're going to be going over what a possible extension could look like. Obviously, it might take a little bit. It probably won't be as fast as, say, the Thatcher Demko or Connor Garland extension. It's obviously might take, maybe we might see this happen, I don't know, maybe mid-season or just before the end of the season, as obviously the Canucks do not have a whole lot of cap space. But of course, starting next season, the cap will increase. So perhaps that will be around a time when Kiefer Sherwood will sign his extension. We shall see. But before we get into this topic, I want to give a big shout out to my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of that incredible artwork you see there behind me. And if you guys want to get artwork of your own, go check him out at GassyJackArt.com. He's also on Instagram at GassyJackArt, and he still does have his end of season sale where you can buy 2 prints and get 2 prints for free. Go ahead and check them out. So let's go ahead and dive into our topic, and that is, of course, what would a Kiefer Sherwood extension look like for the Vancouver Canucks? This article is written by our friends at Canucks Army, in particular Tyson Cole. He goes on to say the Vancouver Canucks did not make a ton of noise on the free agent market on July 1st. Instead, they decided to hand out 3 contract extensions to Brock Boeser, Thatcher Demko, and Connor Garland. This is a great look for an organization that has been deemed a broken locker room and a bad place to play, yet they lock up 3 of their core players. With Demko and Garland still under contract for 1 more season before their extension kicks in, the Canucks have 1 more player they have yet to extend, Kiefer Sherwood. The Canucks signed Sherwood last offseason from the Nashville Predators. They got a front row seat to precisely the type of player he was during their round 1 playoff matchup against the Predators. Captain Quinn Hughes told GM Patrik Allvin that he was most excited about Sherwood last offseason as he, quote-unquote, pissed everybody off in that playoff series. Sherwood brought the same level of intensity throughout his first year with the Canucks. Let's take a look at Sherwood's season. Sporting Todd Bertuzzi's old number 44, which is a little ironic if you ask me, Sherwood stepped up in a similar fashion as a real bruiser. He may not have fought like Bertuzzi, but he sure made his presence felt on each and every shift he was out there. Sherwood made a great first impression on his new teammates as he was not afraid to throw his body. The 6-foot forward landed 44 hits through his first 6 games and didn't look back. The hard-hitting winger continued his truculent style of game throughout the season, shattering the previous NHL hits record set by his former teammate, Jeremy Lauzon, who was recently traded, by the way. The year prior, laying 462 hits, Sherwood exploded with double-digit hits in 10 of his 78 games. Throwing the body that often and only missing 4 games proved how durable the 30-year-old could be, but Sherwood brought more than physicality. He set career highs in goals with 19, assists with 21, points with 40, penalty minutes, 14 minutes and 53 seconds, shots on goal, 141, and hits, of course. First-year Canuck was recognized for his efforts as he took home the team's Unsung Hero Award. Sherwood's physicality combined with his offensive contributions brought a mix of skills that the Canucks hadn't seen in some time, and an asset they likely want to hold on for years to come. So what would a contract extension look like for the physical winger? Sherwood signed a 2-year, $3 million contract with an AAV of $1.5 million, and after setting career highs in almost every stat category, he is due a hefty raise. Excuse me. Nobody in NHL history has hit as much as Sherwood has in a season, and ones that come close rarely bring the same offensive upside as Sherwood brought with his 40 points. Therefore, it's challenging to identify an accurate contract comparable for Sherwood, but the closest we could find were Will Cooley at 2 years, $3.9 million, Marcus Foligno at 4 years at $4 million, Matthew Olivier at 6 years, $3 million, and then Eli Tolvanen at 2 years, $3.475 million. Sherwood leads most of this group in all of the categories. The only player that narrowly edges Sherwood is Will Cooley, who would probably be the best contract comparable for Sherwood. Cooley just signed a 2-year, $3.9 million AAV extension with the New York Rangers this offseason. Sherwood trails Cooley by 1 goal, 5 points, 12 seconds of average time on ice, and 11 shots on goal, but in 4 more games. The big discrepancy would be the hit category, where Sherwood threw 161 more hits than Cooley. However, with a 7-year age gap between the two, Sherwood is likely to come in at a smaller AAV than Cooley. AFP and Analytics projects Sherwood would come in at $2.75 million annually on a 3-year extension, although the 4 comparables we have listed all make between $3 and $4 million annually. And with Sherwood outproducing 3 of the 4, and with a rising salary cap, we would project the Canucks forward to demand a bit higher of an AAV than AFP Analytics projects. Our projection likely falls somewhere between 3.3 and 3.7 million on a 3-year deal. Let's call it 3.5 million AAV. There are a pair of restricted free agents and 1 unrestricted free agent who might also be good comparables for Sherwood. For you to keep an eye on for what number they come in at this offseason, you have Alex Laferriere at 3 years, $875,000. You have Jack McBain at 2 years, $1.6 million. Jack Roslovic at 1 year, $2.8 million. And then you have Sherwood. Would this be too expensive for the Canucks to retain? As currently constructed, the organization is littered with middle 6 wingers hovering around that $3 million range. Dakota Joshua, $3.25 million. Niels Höglander at $3 million. And Drew O'Connor at $2.5 million. However, Sherwood brings a combination of physicality and offense that makes him more valuable than most of the wingers already on the team. We'll see if he can replicate the season he had last year, but as of this writing, the Canucks project to have over $19 million in cap space next season, with only Evander Kane and Sherwood of importance to re-sign. So what do you think, Canucks fans? Do you agree with a 3-year, $3.5 million extension range for Sherwood? Let me know in the comment section down below a number that you guys are happy with. Is there a number? Would you go higher for Sherwood? Would you go a little bit lower? Or would you rather wait and see how he performs during the season and maybe circle back to this about halfway through the season? Again, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button, smash that, if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a single video. You can find and interact with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on X at Line Change Van. You can find us on TikTok at the TLC Podcast. Yes, I was finally able to fix the name and make it so it's not so much a mouthful. We're also now on Blue Sky. You can find us at The Line Change on Blue Sky. So feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. And if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, once again, feel free to give us a follow as well as rate and review us. It is greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for this video. Once again, let me know in the comment section down below what kind of extension do you think the Canucks should offer Kiefer Sherwood, and what type of extension do you think he deserves. And around roughly when do you think this extension could be done? Could it be soon or by the time the season starts? Do you guys think it could be about midway through the season, maybe around January-ish? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, let's go Canucks, and I'll see you guys next time.